Well, hello and good evening. My name is Jeff Hooks. I'm the President and Chief Operating Officer of Victory Nutrition International, and it is my absolute privilege to welcome all of you to this very special event. This is our 2020 new product launch event. It is Monday evening, April 27th at 8 o'clock Eastern, and I want to welcome all of you. I want to, first of all, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to plug into this launch event. I want to give you a little bit of a backstory to give you some context as we move forward and I introduce our featured speakers for tonight's special event. We had a pre-launch event, as many of you know, because many of you were there, on Thursday evening with our partner leadership team. Now, for those of you that are guests or customers, the way we distribute our products throughout North America and around the world in the years ahead is only through authorized partners. That's our direct-to-consumer model through our authorized partners. And so we had our leadership, what we call our executive managers and above, get a special early bird look, a pre-launch, if you will, Thursday night with this new product launch. And I got to tell you, the excitement was off the charts. We allowed the executive manager, partner leaders and above to order product through customer care on Friday and again yesterday, and the response has been absolutely off the charts. And so this evening, by way of this event, this is our company-wide launch. So we have many partners, prospective partners, we have customers, we have prospective customers plugged into this event live all across North America. And I'm excited again that you're here. This is a very special event. And so we also are going to have thousands of replays over the upcoming weeks with this event as well. And so I want to welcome all of you, even if you're listening to the replay. We're glad you're with us. Now, I will share with you our company, as most of you know, and maybe for those of you that are guests, you don't know yet, but we are right at 6.5 years old as a company if you include pre-launch back in the fall of 2013. And we're 6.5 years old as a company, a little over 6 years old in terms of our full operational history. And we do business all across North America, the US and Canada. And we've got some amazing proprietary products that if you haven't heard about them, you will. Scientific validation like no other wellness and nutritional science company on the planet. As of right now, we have 48 peer-reviewed, published clinical studies on our finished products. We've got multiple patents, multiple patent pending on our formulas. It's just an amazing, unique company. Now, with all that being said, I got to share with you that I believe tonight's launch is the biggest product launch in the history of our company. I really believe that. The timing, what we're launching, the credibility, the science, the uniqueness, the intellectual property that you're going to be learning about tonight is extraordinary. And you're going to be meeting in just a couple of minutes our founder, our chairman, and our chief executive officer, Bill Downs. You're also going to meet our co-founder and our head of research and development, Steve Kushner. Both of these gentlemen are extremely accomplished scientists, biochemists, and formulators. They're also researchers with published research, decades of published research behind them. They've been working on this formula for a year and a half in a very focused way. And I want to share with you, I shared this with the leadership team last Thursday night. Last year, the pipeline of product development ideas that Bill and Steve and our scientific advisory board are working on is very, very impressive, very significant. And I had the opportunity to share with both of them my wish list, you know, from a consumer perspective, from a brand perspective, from a business perspective in terms of where V&I is and where we're going. And I'll just read from my wish list as I did Thursday night. So my wish list, I shared with Bill and Steve. They were already working on multiple different new product development categories. And like all the V&I products, all of them game changer products, unique, proprietary, unlike anything else out in the marketplace. None of our products are Me Too products for those of you that are guests. And my wish list, I said, gentlemen, I said, and I'm paraphrasing, but this is what I said, because I'm actually going through my notes. I said, my wish is that we've got a product that that tastes great, that's very consumer friendly. In other words, it's a product that's highly consumable, that people would drink even if it wasn't good for them, even if it wasn't a nutritional product, something that tasted great. That was wish list number one. Wish list number two, I wish you could create a product that people could feel something when they take it, feel something. And of course, in expounding on that with Bill and Steve, they shared with me, which of course I was in complete agreement, that we weren't going to do like so many other companies in the wellness space by loading up the product with sugar and artificial stimulants like high caffeine, which is not good for the body. And so people could feel something, but through natural nutritional science, and not through a sugar buzz or artificial stimulus. Number three, wish list number three, the product, of course, has to fit perfectly within our current world-class product line. In other words, it can't overlap too much where it's confusing to our consumers that which product should I take? Should I take this new product or one of our existing products? And then fourth and finally, of course, an impact product that will be validated by science, just like all our other world-class products. And I want to tell you folks, as I finish up my opening comments, Bill and Steve and our science team have checked every single box in that wish list and more, and delivered more. So without any further hesitation, it is my absolute privilege, and it's an honor to turn this event over to our founder, our chairman, our CEO, Bill Downs, and also our co-founder and head of research and development, Steve Kushner. Bill, I'm going to pass the baton to you, sir, and I'll be on standby as you need me.
Thank you, Jeff. Let me share my screen from beginning. Here we go. There we are. Peek behind the curtain. This is very exciting to Steve and I, because we've been working on this for quite some time, and we did want to meet the objectives that Jeff requested. And so here we go. Electrolytes and fluids are absolutely mandatory for the proper function of all the cells in your body. So the thing to remember is that the body is an amazing electrochemical organism. Electrolytes and fluids are absolutely mandatory for the proper functioning of all the cells, tissues, and organs in the body. Electrolytes are minerals that conduct electricity when dissolved in water. Many processes in the body rely on electric current in order to function, and electrolytes provide this charge. Electrolytes are required for nerve and muscle function, to hydrate the body, balance blood pH and pressure, and help rebuild damaged tissue. Electrolytes are absolutely essential for regulating nerve and muscle function. It's great stuff.
So this is us now introducing PerformLyte, and that is the name of the product, which is our electrolyte and phytonutrient formula. And before you go on, I want you guys to look and see the fact that you see a canister, which is a servings that holds 30 servings, and that is for everyday use, work at home. But we've gone quite a bit further now, and you'll see the box on the left, and that box holds these stick packs. So what we're really excited about is that these stick packs are individual serving doses or units of the PerformLyte. So it's great for you to take around and use on your own. If you're out and you feel like you're going to need a boost later on, if you're having a long day and you decide you need something, it's just so easy to carry it with you. But more importantly, of course, is this is a great sampling program. This is so easy to give one of these to somebody and say, here, just try it and let me know what you think. So this will allow us to spread the word very quickly. So, and this is just more than an electrolyte formula. It is a safe, complete, and comprehensive blend of electrolytes, a unique formula to enhance energy and oxygen utilization without stimulants, and an expansive blend of botanical phytonutrient concentrates, and extracts rich in antioxidants that also enhance immunity. So we are talking about a very comprehensive and synergistic formulation here.
So as Steve just said, PerformLyte is more than just an electrolyte. Keep in mind that most electrolyte products are limited to sodium, potassium, and or magnesium. The PerformLyte product contains electrolytes that are derived from a complete range of trace minerals in pure natural seawater, making PerformLyte the most comprehensive, powerful, and synergistic electrolyte product available.
Now, of course, you probably are all wondering about protosomes, and sure enough, we have our advanced absorption technology embedded into the PerformLyte. So minerals are very hard to break down in many instances. Stomach acid is normally not strong enough in most people to break down these minerals so that they cannot be absorbed properly from the intestinal tract. So, of course, we have incorporated our Prodosome technology, which allows for rapid and sustained absorption. The advantage of better absorbed minerals means more electrolytes, which nourish and promote essential electrical functions of cells in your body. And I cannot overstate how important it is to be able to actually absorb and utilize minerals.
So one of the key ingredients, aside from the electrolytes, in the PerformLyte is an ingredient called Spectra, and that is a complex that includes phytonutrients that supply an abundance of antioxidants. Spectra, which is scientifically validated plant-based formula, fruit, vegetable, and herbal concentrates and extracts, has been shown to inhibit free radical production and optimize cellular metabolic activity inside the human body.
So we thought we would give you guys a look at what actually makes up Spectra. And if you kind of go down the list, and I'm not going to read all of them, but suffice to say, there's coffee cherry, which, by the way, there is no caffeine in this particular coffee extract. Broccoli, green tea, camu, quercetin, broccoli, cinnamon, elderberry, and on and on. So all of these benefits are coming from whole food concentrates, and they're much more holistic, much more synergistic. And by the way, when you look at some of these, you might think, well, boy, I wonder how that thing's going to taste. It's unbelievable how good PerformLyte tastes. So
the other ingredient is called Elevate ATP. Now, for those of you that don't know, ATP is an abbreviation for the term adenosine triphosphate. And ATP is essentially the little battery inside your something called mitochondria that makes energy. That's a storage cell of energy. It lasts about 15 seconds, and well, it's translated loosely as cellular energy, but it actually stores energy. And Elevate ATP in PerformLyte gives you the energy without any stimulants. Elevate ATP formula contains ancient peat and apple extract that supports natural energy. And natural energy allows the body to be able to perform longer, recover faster, and improve blood circulation and utilize oxygen properly, which, by the way, is our company slogan, to improve the ability to effectively use oxygen in every cell in the body to make energy, manage energy, and eliminate waste.
Go ahead to the next. So here's some of the perks of using PerformLyte. It supports the structure and function of cells and body fluids. It also promotes optimal fluid balance and hydration. It improves exercise performance and reduces premature muscle fatigue and prevents muscle cramping. It supports overall muscle function. It supports digestive health. And very importantly, it helps maintain the correct acid-alkaline balance, or pH, of the blood, which also means that you get to have optimal oxygen utilization. And of course, everything is made in the USA, which is now maybe more than ever a very, very important point. And it's available, as I mentioned, in 30-day as well as the 15-packet box. So this is an example of the supplement facts that's on the box for the stick packs and on the canister as well. And I want to point out just a couple things here. The reason we wanted to show you this is for a couple things, and some of these are for things that we don't have. So If you look down, you'll see that how much sugar is in the product? 0. And then you want to look and see how much fat is in the product. 0. Completely sugar and fat free. The calories come from the whole foods and some of the other ingredients that help supply energy. Very easy to digest though. Another thing I want to point out is your typical electrolyte drink that is in the marketplace generally has 2 electrolytes. We have dozens, but they almost always focus on sodium, and then with about a third of that would be potassium. We flipped the tables here. We have about 3 times as much potassium and still having sodium. And we think that's a much better case because most people do get enough sodium, but very few people get enough potassium. And I also should mention that a lot of our minerals come from natural sources, seawater. All the trace minerals come from seawater. And one other thing I'd like to mention too, almost all electrolyte drinks use sodium chloride, which is table salt. We're actually getting our chloride from the natural seawater, and our sodium is in the form of ascorbate. So you're actually getting a nice little boost of vitamin C, which is extremely important for immunity, for collagen, for adrenal function. So you get an even stronger boost with the vitamin C. So again, as we were mentioning, this is an extremely advanced, comprehensive, and very powerful formulation.
So not to disappoint anybody, we've already done some scientific validation. Steve, Dr. Bagchi, and I really put together a seminal document supporting the benefits of PerformLyte, and had Doctors Morrison and Galvin review and contribute to that as well. It was accepted for publication on March the 12th of 2020 in Metal Toxicology Encyclopedia, which is an academic scientific text from CRC Press, Taylor Francis Publishing in Boca Raton. They made our submission Chapter 5, and the title is Development and Utilization of a Novel Prodosomed Electrolyte and Phytochemical Formulation Technology to Restore Metabolic Homeostasis. It is an amazing publication. It has been accepted, as I mentioned, but it's not available to the public yet. We have to go through the galley proof and make any final minor adjustments. But this is, in line with peer-reviewed studies, and this is not a clinical study, but it is a treatise. It establishes an important foundational premise that is responsible for the effective, beneficial structure and function or functions of the PerformLyte when you take it.
So this is actually how you take the product, and it's pretty simple. You see that you can either use the stick pack, or the canister does come with a scoop that has a pre-measured amount to get the right dosage in. And in taking 1 serving once daily, as needed, you mix it in 6 to 10 ounces of water. You can also use unsweetened juice, and then you want to shake it vigorously or stir it vigorously. We prefer that you take it on an empty stomach, but you can take it with a small amount of food. And of course, each serving provides a comprehensive blend of mineral electrolytes and other synergistic nutrients to support healthy hydration, blood pH, digestion, immunity, energy, and recovery. And as naturally with all our products, we do test this for purity and potency. So one quick point, the reason that we have you stir or shake vigorously is you're actually activating the protosomes when you're adding the powder into water. And that's one of the things that makes us quite different and unique than everybody else. And I have to say, Bill, it's pretty darn cool to say that our product and our information is now in a textbook.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yes.
Before I go to the next slide, which Jeff is going to take over, I want to bring everybody up to speed on exactly why we introduced PerformLyte. The RDI, the recommended dietary intake amounts for nutrients in multiple vitamins, is pretty well established it. For example, 99 milligrams is what is allowable on a multiple vitamin mineral supplement, whether it's liquid or a tablet or whatever. If you look at multiple vitamins and mineral products on a shelf in any kind of a store, potassium will be essentially 99 milligrams. What was needed was a delivery technology that would give us the ability to exceed that. Now, why would we want to exceed that? Because 99 milligrams is not the RDI. The RDI for potassium, the recommended daily intake is 4,700 milligrams. I think I may have felt some whiplash head jerks and some eye-opening wows. You can't get that in a multivitamin. Now, if you take calcium, the RDI for calcium went from 1,000 milligrams a day to 1,300 milligrams a day. You can buy calcium supplements that will give you the ability to, in 1 or 2 tablets or 4 capsules, to get your daily amount of calcium in addition to the food that you take. But they won't let you do that with potassium. And potassium, for all these benefits, for energy production, for brain function, digestive function, immune function, for muscle function, everything we just mentioned requires that higher amount of potassium. And Steve and I had an extensive conversation about this and with Jeff, and we concluded that it was crucial as a foundational cornerstone product that we come out with a formula, with a technology that supplied a high amount of electrolytes with a whole bunch of botanical concentrates and extracts that amplified the beneficial effects of the electrolytes in the body. And one other question before I ask Steve if he wants to comment that we were asked previously is, can you take it with Prodosomed? And for those of you that were on the call Thursday night, I'm going to change my position. I discussed this earlier with Steve and with Jeff. And in fact, yes, you can mix them. I'm doing it tonight. And my drink here, I've got a little bit of Prodosomed and a scoop of PerformLyte that I'm sipping on during this presentation. And I did this on my workout this morning, and my workouts I've exceeded everything I ever hoped to exceed in performance at my age just with Prodosomed. I took it to another whole level when I added PerformLyte. And I've done PerformLyte alone, and I've done it combined with Prodosomed, and I've impressed myself, which is maybe easy to do, but I've impressed myself. So Steve, any comments before I turn it over to Jeff?
Yeah, real quick, I should have mentioned when we say mix it in 6 to 10 ounces of water or juice, the reason that is because it's really to a personal taste. 10 ounces is not going to dilute the effect. You can mix it in 30 ounces. It's as long as you get the full serving, it's fine. So this is a personal preference on how subtle or how strong you like the flavor. But in any event, you will like the flavor. We're very confident of that. And the only other thing I want to say is when we're saying it's more than just an electrolyte, and what Bill was saying is the uniqueness of this is we're allowing the body to work for itself again, where we're providing all these minerals that does all the things that Bill just mentioned, including pH and hydration, while we're helping improve blood flow through the nutritional ingredients, while we're helping improve the mitochondria being able to utilize the oxygen and make energy, while we're being able to actually help you produce more of the ATP molecule. So the synergy here is incredible, and that's why we can get this great feeling, this energized feeling, the stamina, the recovery without having to rely on stimulants. And that's a huge deal too.
So with that, it is my privilege to turn this back over to Jeff Hooks and thank him for making this possible.
Well, y'all stay tuned because you're going to bring us home in just a few minutes. Let me start my screen share, everybody, and kind of pick up where Bill and Steve just left off. And there we go. Okay, so here's what's interesting, everybody. You've heard we've got basically 2 different ways to enjoy PerformLyte. So you've got the stick packs, and of course it's the same formula. Promotes energy, hydration, proper pH, strength, endurance, recovery. Just amazing. Then we've got the tub, the 30 serving tub, and the choice is yours in terms of. I will share from our executive managers and above. Most of those leadership partners ordered both, and for travel or for sampling or for whatever. But it's the same powerful formula. Now, what I want to share is that whatever you're imagining, and I'm not going to oversell this, I promise you, whatever you're imagining that the product tastes like, it's better. It's absolutely better. I am so blown away, Bill and Steve, with what you've done with packing so much. I mean, each serving, y'all, if for those of you that we do have some healthcare practitioners that are obviously part of the community, and that includes MDs and chiropractors and nutritionists and homeopaths and physical therapists that are trained in some biomechanics, and it's just what I can share with you is there's 4.8 grams per serving, 4.8 grams per serving. There's a lot of firepower in this product. There are a lot of nutritional supplement wellness products that are in stick packs that are 2.5 grams of product, and most of that product is filler. So this is a high impact product. And as Bill and Steve said, I want to share with all of you my experience today with the product. So I take my Prodosomed first thing in the morning with the Brain Reward and my Equigen product. For those of you that are guests, don't worry about it. But that's always been my protocol. Well, this afternoon I was getting ready to work out, and I said, you know what? I heard Bill and Steve talking this morning on a conference call we had, and so I had a 16-ounce bottle of water. I added my PerformLyte. And I went ahead just because I'd worked late over the weekend, and I wasn't feeling like working out, so I went ahead and added one ounce of Prodosomed to my 16 ounces. I got to tell you, you don't have to do it, but for those of you that are partners and existing customers, because we had a lot of these questions over the last few days, as Bill said, can you and Steve as well, can you take the product with Prodosomed and everything else? If you want to do that, I'm telling you, try it, because it's amazing. But most of the time I'm going to be taking the PerformLyte by itself, and the taste is absolutely incredible. Now, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. We're going to do our best to keep this event, no longer than 35 minutes, so that our partners are going to be able to share this over the next upcoming days and weeks as we release some of our additional marketing tools. Now, I want you to know that the first Monday of every month, which is next Monday, Bill and Steve host our monthly product call, which is geared towards introducing some of the leading science and how the V&I products are continuing to be on the leading edge of nutritional science and nutrigenomics and epigenetics. And it's always a wonderful call. And I just want to mention that to you, for all of you, even our customers and our guests, that 8 o'clock next Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern, we'll have a conference call. And the partner that invited you to tonight's event or this replay will gladly share with you the conference call details. And the good news is, Bill and Steve, y'all stay with me on this. Bill and Steve are going to take the best of the questions that have come in over the last few days, that have come in tonight, including on our chat, and the questions of the upcoming week, and are going to continue to educate us on the power of this new PerformLyte product. So next Monday at 8 o'clock, put that on your calendar. Now, here's one thing that's interesting. I want you to think about this. We've heard Bill and Steve share on more than one occasion this evening that the PerformLyte product is much more than an electrolyte drink, even though electrolytes are very, very important. And with our Prodosomed technology, our absorption technology, our PerformLyte product gets minerals into the cells. That's part of, that's not the only, but that's part of the key to how this product gives you energy without any artificial stimulants and no sugar. But let's just look from a market perspective at the potential, at the current market within the sports nutrition or the electrolyte area. So in North America, and I'm gonna give you a graph that shows you the trend line year over year. In 2018, 7,900,000,000 was the sports drink market in the U.S. and Canada in 2018. According to this particular study, in 2018, 55, and you can see that's from Fortune Business Insights, this market analysis revealed that 55% of the North American population are striving to live a healthier lifestyle. And if you look at the big brands, if you look at PepsiCo, if you look at Coca-Cola, their soda market is shrinking. What's growing is their sports drink market and their bottled water markets. And so let's take a closer look at the sales. If you look as I just said, 2018, 7.9 billion, 8,200,000,000. You know, it's interesting when you see that little 0.20, that's 200 million. So it grew by 300 million in sales from 2018 to 2019. And you see that the projections are that there's going to be continued year over year growth, incremental, steady growth. Now, let's take a closer look. The promise of these sports drinks, you know, high paid athletes are drinking Gatorade and they're drenched, whatever their sport is. And the idea is that it's going to replenish, it's going to give endurance, it's going to help with recovery. That's the promise. So let's look at Gatorade. The average 20-ounce bottle of Gatorade contains 34 grams of sugar. Their protein drinks, their recovery protein shakes, are at 20 grams of sugar. Powerade. Obviously, Powerade is Gatorade's biggest competitor. The two are between the two. It's Coca-Cola and PepsiCo's products. They're tracking the same, 34 grams of sugar. Vitamin water. Don't be fooled by the name. Vitamin water is not as healthy as it sounds because you'll get 32 grams of sugar in most of their flavors in a 20-ounce bottle. 32 grams of sugar. Now, according to Medical News Today, get this. Gatorade contains high levels of sugar and food dyes. People think it's a healthy drink. People are drinking it because they want to perform better. They want to increase their endurance. They want to improve their recovery. It's loading up on sugar. And Bill and Steve probably are going to have a couple of comments on this. But you look at the high levels of sugar, and it may increase, according to Medical News Today, drinking Gatorade may increase people's risk of certain health conditions, including weight gain and diabetes, type 2 diabetes. Researchers suggest sports drinks may be using misleading labels, et cetera, et cetera. So think about just within that niche of that sports nutrition market, the opportunity for those of you that are partners that are embracing the VNI mission with this PerformLyte product. It is a multi-billion-dollar product industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar segment, growing, as we just learned, from 2018 to 2019, 300 million in sales year over year. And you compare the PerformLyte product to the Gatorade and the Powerade and the vitamin water, and there absolutely is no comparison. So it's an incredible opportunity for our partner team, and for our customers. It's an incredible opportunity to redirect, in many cases, the money you're already spending on Gatorade and Powerade and vitamin water. You're spending that money because the product tastes good and because you're expecting some sort of health benefit or performance benefit. Redirect those dollars to a product that's actually going to deliver on that promise. And that's exactly what PerformLyte is doing and is going to do. So let me walk you through the numbers real quick. So PerformLyte, this is our 30 serving tub rather. Wholesale price, or our preferred customer price, is $55. Retail price is $69. So our preferred customers and our partners are saving 20% off of retail. And for our partners, there's some basic numbers that you know. Now, the box, this is 15 stick packs. As you see there, retail is $49. Wholesale is $39. That's preferred customer and partner wholesale. And oh, by the way, I've got some good news. as of somewhere between 9 o'clock Eastern and 9:30 Eastern, so literally in 25 minutes to a little longer, our team is going to flip the switch, and all of our content, our PerformLyte content, will go live on your websites for our partners, your marketing websites. The shopping cart goes live. So all of you will be able to order product immediately as soon as the flip. It's going to be very, very close to 9 o'clock Eastern. It might be 15 minutes to no more than 30 minutes afterwards. But between 9 and 9:30 Eastern, everything goes live. And everything goes live on, including a new PDF that our marketing team, and I want to give kudos to Suzanne Brady and Natalie. They did a wonderful job working with the rest of the team on some marketing tools that will educate those of you that are consumers, that are customers of ours, and are going to be customers, and also information for all of you partners to be able to share this product. And so your website will go live. The shopping cart on the e-commerce side of your marketing websites goes live. The marketing tools, the pricing information, all of it's there. And then with your VNI Life app, you'll see a new asset there, a PDF, a product PDF of PerformLyte that you're going to absolutely love. Now, with that being said, we've covered a lot of ground. Let me go back to here. Bill and Steve, what I want to do is invite y'all back. And anything that I shared on any aspect of what we've just covered, why don't y'all bring it home? I'm gonna stay active with you for a good night. But any closing marks, any connecting the dots, any things that there's so much to talk about. But again, this is just the beginning of a wonderful product launch that I'm so excited to be a part of.
You know, your body can make vitamins. And it can make amino acids and proteins if you have the essentials. Can't make a single mineral. That's why Steve and I and you, Jeff, decided that this was a crucially important product, a cornerstone product to bring to market. And it is, I can say this with pretty great confidence, unless we live in the Garden of Eden, which we don't, almost nobody from their diet is getting the amount of electrolytes they need to optimize gene expression and cellular functions. PerformLyte is an absolute essential addition to the VNI product line that's going to make a profound difference in the quality of people's health, no matter where you're at. Taking PerformLyte is going to take you to another level.
I think I will re-mention that Monday night on our product call, we're going to try to answer most of these questions. But real quickly, I see somebody had asked twice about, but how do you get minerals to the bone? And that is not something that can be covered in 5 minutes. I will say this, though, and Bill is kind of an expert on some of these things, but it has nothing to do with how much minerals you take in necessarily. It has to do with how well you absorb, or I should say, ingest, break down, absorb, and then utilize. So even if you absorb minerals, doesn't mean you're going to utilize them. Half the battle is getting them into your system in a usable form, and that's where the protosomes come in. Another big portion of the battle is what are the surrounding nutrients? I have to have a whole host of trace minerals, acids, fatty acids, a number of things have to happen. And it's not just about absorbing, it's can my cells utilize them? And you saw what we talked about with being able to increase oxygenation, making the cells work better by giving them more energy, et cetera, et cetera. So we're paving the way with our supplement formulation so that the body can do what it's supposed to do. And we'll talk more about it, I believe, on Monday night. But I would venture to say that most mineral supplements don't get in, and whether they get to the bone or muscles or wherever else they're needed. And we're working on something that is going to create a vast difference in how your body actually utilizes and takes in and is able to make do with these minerals to do what it's supposed to do. As Bill said, you can't get them anywhere else. You have to take them from outside sources, and then you have to be able to use them. So please all come back Monday night when we do the product call, because we're going to be covering a lot of these things in more detail.
We are, and listen, y'all, we are right at capacity for this Zoom bridge. We've got a Pro Edition Zoom bridge, and we've got a packed house. So for our partners, if any of your guests couldn't join, let me know, and I'll shoot you the replay link. Text me or email me, and I'll shoot you the replay even tonight or first thing in the morning, so that we can get that out. We will get this recording out to everyone. It's an exciting time. Bill and Steve, I want to thank you both for your visionary leadership. It is amazing to be part of a mission-driven business that has, with y'all's expertise and the scientific advisory board that you've assembled, we have such a capacity as a company and a brand to continue to bring to the market life-changing products that you cannot find anywhere else. And I want to say that one more time. I've been in the industry on the business side for over 3 decades. And I'm telling you respectfully, 99% of the products out there are made from contract manufacturers that are just like 20 or 50 or 100 or 200 other products that have a different label. The VNI products are proprietary because of these two gentlemen that you see and that we learned from tonight. And there are no products out there that have our absorption technology and that have the value proposition of what these products do for the body. So again, PerformLyte promotes energy, hydration, proper pH, strength, endurance, and recovery. And oh, by the way, by definition, strengthens and boosts and supports the immune system. So I'm going to toss it back to you, Steve, and then you, Bill, to bring us home. But I'm excited to be part of this. I'm excited for every one of you. Go to the website here in the next 30 to 40 minutes and get your product on its way. It's going to be first in, first out. So we're going to have massive sales. So whoever gets their orders in first, we're going to get it out first, and we'll get all of it done because we got a bunch of inventory. But thanks so much. So back to you, Steve.
Well, I'll go real quick and then let Bill say goodnight for everybody. I just want to say that thank you all for joining us tonight. I love reading the questions that we're shooting across the screen as fast as I could, and we will cover all those. I'll say one more thing. We're very excited about this product because not all that we've said in the conversation up to this point, but also because most people, if not all, when they take a dose, they're going to feel something. They're going to feel energy. They're going to recover better. They're going to be more mentally alert. There's a number of things. It's such an easy product to promote to other people to help them feel better because they feel it. And then they want to take it again because they know it's doing something for them. So we're extremely excited about releasing this finally into the marketplace.
Yeah, Steve and I have been in the industry a little over years. And we've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And unfortunately, the good's the smallest part of that. And we have a commitment in our mission to assist people in becoming beacons of health, hope, and abundance by delivering premium quality ingredients that have been protosomed in an absorption technology that's unrivaled in the industry. We have clinical research demonstrating that. And PerformLyte is really the next iteration of the most amazing nutraceutical technology that improves cellular health and functionality that you're going to feel and that you definitely will experience. Some people that are really heavy duty genetic, solid genetic specimens might not actually feel something like Steve, but it will improve the structure and function of every cell in your body. They all require minerals. All your proteins primarily are metalloglycoproteins. All of your enzymes are metalloglycoproteins. They're required for every transaction. We are so humbled and privileged to be able to bring the result of over a year's worth of research and development, thanks to Steve, to you tonight. And just look forward to hearing the feedback that everybody has on what PerformLyte is doing to improve their health and physical performance. So on that, I want to thank everybody for joining. Have a blessed night, and we look forward to hearing from you. And we'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow night as well, and then Monday night for our national product call. So thanks again. we'll try and get to all your questions over the next few days. Have a great night.
Good night, everyone.